Rappers who can't sing, aw shirt. We all love Plants vs. Zombies, right? The game where you defend your yard from a bunch of zombies using plants. What if I told you, fans have gone out of their way to make horror content of this game? You may be familiar with the creepypasta deadplants.avi, or his MP4, I don't know, or the Spanish horror comic Through the Eyes of Plants. Today, I won't be talking about either of these. Instead, I will be focusing on the horror comic by TikTok user PBZ the Zombie 1, titled The Legend of Sunflower. Now before we start, comment down below what's your favorite Plants vs. Zombies plant. Me personally, mine's the bok choy because you know. Anyways, let's begin. The story begins with a normal match of Plants vs. Zombies, where we see a scared expression on the sunflower's face. A zombie brutalizes a pea shooter and walks towards the sunflower. Right when the flower is about to get eaten, a cherry bomb saves them. This launches the sunflower out of the yard into the zombie's side of the neighborhood. Now our sunflower starts to panic. They start thinking about what to do until a zombie pops out. Sunflower plays dead, which leads the zombie to just walk away. There's a problem. The sunflower can't move. Days pass and Crazy Dave doesn't come for the flower. Words start to appear around the sunflower's head, all saying, "Eat me." 1 week passes and Crazy Dave can be seen. Sunflower tries to call him over, but he just enters back inside his home. We slowly start to see their expression change from hopeful to depressing. Then it changes to complete madness with words around her saying, "He will come back" and "Come back please." The next day passes and a zombie notices the flower. Sunflower is all sad and our curious zombie walks towards her. Out of nowhere, Sunflower just grabs the zombie by its neck. "Hi there, new friend," they say. The next panel shows the zombie coughing as he's being strangled. The zombie gets dragged into the ground, and the flower asks for the zombie to become her friend. She says the following, "Don't be afraid, friend. We are always together, forever." In between the previous part we talked about and the next, the artist showcases a couple art pieces of the sunflower. One of these art pieces has Sans being taken over by Flowey, making it very clear what this whole AU is based on. There's even an edit in here which I can't play because of copyright. All in all, nothing too important story-wise, just a bunch of cool artwork, though it does give us a better idea of this symbiotic relationship. Pretty much, the zombie's a walking hostage, and it seems they don't really have a side in this plant zombie war. Let's continue on to part 2. We skip forward a few weeks to see a couple of mushrooms celebrate their victory. A cone zombie walks towards them, and the mushrooms start shooting. The sunflower's hand reaches the cone zombie's shoulder, with them saying, "Sorry." What follows is the sunflower impaling the zombie and decapitating it. The mushrooms look in shock. We get some dialogue from the sunflower. "Hello, old friend. Long time no see. Oh, come on, it's been a while. I have changed a little. I have a new style and my new toy." A puff shroom responds in anger. "Who do you think you are? You think it's possible to close some sunflowers that can pass through our eyes?" The sunflower responds, "You're so funny. I'm a real sunflower. I just don't seem like I used to, but I don't think I'm a bad person. Zombies won't eat brains, right?" As the puff shroom looks up, they shoot towards the sunflower's face. We get even more dialogue from the sunflower. "I see. I'm not your friend anymore." In the next post, the controlled zombie becomes hungry, so the flower just forces him to eat a zombie arm. This sickens our zombie, and in the next page we see him eat some grass, with the flower humiliating him. We continue back to the scene with the sunflower and the mushrooms. How about we play a game? The last survivor wins. It starts with you. The puff shroom is the first one taken out, distressing the mushrooms. The fume shroom launches an attack, but in response, Sunflower makes the zombie lunge towards him. In the next panel, we see him get eaten and torn apart. All that's left is the sun shroom. As it's about to get eaten, the sun shroom pleads for their life. A scaredy shroom saves them by shooting a projectile at the sunflower's back. Sunflower focuses their attention towards the scaredy shroom. The scaredy shroom stands up to them, despite their frightened state. The post ends with the scaredy shroom about to get eaten by the zombie. To follow up, we get another edit that I can't play before we continue on to the next part. A hypno shroom saves the day and mind controls the zombie. Scaredy shroom runs towards the sun shroom, while the hypno shroom makes a conscious decision. They leap towards the zombie while the sunflower just laughs. The zombie holds onto the hypno shroom and doesn't eat them. This is a shock to all the mushrooms there. Even though the zombie is hypnotized, they can't be controlled since they're already under control by the sunflower. In the next page, the zombie crushes the hypno shroom. Two voices start to play out in the sunflower's head. One line of monologue of the sunflower glad to be alive, and then another of the sunflower feeling guilt. This chapter ends with the zombie snapping back to their senses. An ice shroom pops in and we get a page where it has a standoff with the zombie. The ice shroom freezes the sunflower duo, while the sun shroom scolds the scaredy shroom for not having a plan. This is where Doom shroom enters the scene. Well, the sunflower says. You must die, says the Doomshroom. I'm going to kill you, says the sunflower. Sunflower grabs the Doomshroom with its mines and starts slamming him. The Doomshroom screams out, Sunshroom, mushroom set. This leads to the Sunshroom letting out a sun, and a Puffshroom appears. The Sunshroom tells the Puffshroom to get as many mushrooms as possible, so the Puffshroom performs a clone jutsu. Sunflower looks in shock while the zombie fears for his life as he looks down. They start shooting at the zombie, causing the duo to fall down. Fortunately, Sunflower also lets go of the Doomshroom. Scaredy Shroom and Sunshroom go check on him. Sunshroom asks if he's okay, but as he looks to his left, the Puffshrooms continue attacking. Sunflower appears weakened and starts to tear up. I want to go back to the good old days, they say. There, the Sunshroom asks to cease fire before later heading over. All day. Is it really you, Sunny? Our story is left at a pause. In all honesty, I thought this was pretty good. Writing-wise, I thought it was pretty fun. For these fan AUs, you never expect anything groundbreaking. Overall, I enjoyed this Undertale-inspired concept. Also with the base play being Plants vs Zombies, nothing felt too edgy, which is my problem with a lot of these AUs, like, they try to be too serious and too edgy, and it just never sticks to landing. I did like how enticing the emotions were in this comic. I found myself feeling bad for the flower, and later on, I was feeling anticipation with the mushrooms. I thought the art was pretty good. Of course, we get that clean Plants vs Zombies look, and the sunflower designs and the plant gore were pretty disturbing too. Not like it traumatized me, but you know, I tend to forget the zombies are literal rotting corpses, and the art for this comic put that idea back in my head. I also really appreciate the edits and concept art in between the actual story chapters. It adds more charm to the story, and it really humanizes the artist, if that's the right word I should use. Since we do have those edits in between, I wonder if we'll actually have some animated story parts. There were really only two flaws I had. One is that it was too short, which, you know, the story's still ongoing, so I won't fault the creator for that. And another was the text. Like, it's pretty clear the artist's first language is in English, but you really have to respect the artist's dedication to translating this piece. I mean, yeah, it's just a fun story to turn your brain off for, and for the creator to have fun. Nothing groundbreaking, but I don't see how it could be. Everything's still pretty cool. With much more of a variety of plants and zombies we haven't seen yet, it's pretty exciting to see where the story will head next. So yeah, check out the original comic and support the artist. I want to know what you think, and if there's any AUs or topics I should cover, comment those down below too. Like I've been saying, I'm trying to stay away from infection AUs, especially because they're all the same, and it's getting really boring. Like, I'm still gonna make JJK Part 3 once that comes out. I don't think I'm gonna make Smash Bros Part 4. I'd love to continue How to Train Your Dragon, but like there's not enough content for that one either. There are 2 infection AUs I have planned, but the artist for one of them blocked me on Instagram, so that one might not happen anymore. And the other one, that one's in the back burner. Like, these infection AUs, they more so exist because the algorithm pushes those videos more, and because the algorithm pushes the infection AUs a lot, I want the audience from them to also check out my other stuff. Like, my last video before this was the Animal Crossing video, and I'm still pretty proud of that video. I mean, a lot of people misinterpreted what I was trying to say in that video. Like, it wasn't a video calling Animal Crossing creepy or scary, it was more just a, hey, Animal Crossing has these cool horror elements, and that could make for like a perfect horror game or creepypasta horror series and whatnot. But you know, it is what it is. I was actually working on an Undertale horror AU, but that one was a lot longer than I expected. So I'm working on this one right now, and you're probably gonna see the Undertale video next. I'm still going to work on a TF2 horror video. Like I know people want me to do a video on Server Blight or Don't Join Team Red or Anomalies, and I'm going to cover all of those in the same video. It's going to be similar to my Animal Crossing video where it's like, I just talk about TF2 horror, why TF2 is perfect for horror, yada yada. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Go check out my Patreon and YouTube members if you want to support the channel and future videos. I will be giving shoutouts, I will be giving exclusive content, I just never had enough members for either. This is a perfect chance to go check either of those two out. I think I've yapped too much, and yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Take care of yourselves, and of course, as usual, please have yourselves a damn good one.